got the light shining today. Now you see my pretty face all in shine. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Andrew Coates here, coming at you with Behind the Mic, the little segment where we discuss what we did today on the radio, Behind the Mic. Now today, for the Thanksgiving episode of Quest Community Vibrations, and for the Thanksgiving episode of Behind the Mic, we discussed Christopher Columbus, and we also discussed how African American slaves, how they handled Thanksgiving. To them, it was a very church-oriented celebration of, giving thanks for what little that they had. They celebrated, they had their own traditions. It was all good and well. But the main thing we focused on was Christopher Columbus. Wrote a bunch of notes here for it. I just wanted to just briefly go over it. So, just in brief, essentially what Christopher Columbus did was he's famous for finding America and proving that the earth was round, when in actuality he never set foot in the U.S. or even the North American continent, and he did not prove the earth was round because it was already proven during his time. He thought the earth was smaller than it was, and that a trip from Europe to Asia, where the spices were, would be an easy trip. So he begged the king and queen of Spain to fund his trip. He went instead to Haiti, the Dominican Republic, lots of Central America, and some countries in South America. Slaughtered lots of people. He never set foot in America.
Why did he slaughter them?
He slaughtered them because when he went there, he thought it was India, so he thought there were spices and gold. And when he asked them for it, he said, "All right, pay up. This is what I'm here for." They didn't have it. Obviously, it wasn't India. It was the Central and South America. So he killed them all in anger. Pretty much, he was just searching for what was never there to begin with. He was just in a mad rush, like, "Oh, you're holding back on me."
What about in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue and discovered America? That's not true?
It's not true.
It's not the tooth?
Nope. And the reason why in 1492 no one sailed the ocean blue is because you have to remember, this is the first time that they knew that there was America in the way, because they thought that it was Europe to Asia here. They didn't know that America was in the middle and that existed. So navigators at the time, they thought that a trip from Europe all the way to Asia would be impossible with the technology at the time. It would be impossible. There would be no way for a ship to travel that long, a straight shot. So no one ever attempted it until later on.
So what was your overall assessment of today's program?
My overall assessment, honestly, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I would personally give it a perfect 10, but in actuality, I think a 9.5 is about the correct.
But why? Because of the content?
Yeah, really because of the content. I was happy about this one.
And I'll butt in and say, according to my research, there are 3 major publications that actually write the books that children read in schools throughout this country. Mm-hmm. And these publications have not exposed the truth about Christopher Columbus and a lot of other facts and details and truth about the history of this country. And it really needs to be corrected. Books need to be written, so there is a market for the truth out here. I was always a believer that somebody said, "Oh, I don't like that African American, we just black." Well, first of all, we're not black, and maybe we're not African Americans. Okay, but how about we're just Americans and we're humans, part of the human race? Anyway, enough of all of that. What's my point here? What is my point?
I think your point here is that amidst all of the fighting and amidst all the history that we all certainly need to know and be aware of is we need to look towards the future and come together as a human race, not as lots of different races.
And write our own history.
And write the history. Yeah.
I was thinking, and I'm gonna cut it off. I just want to say this as a message for everybody out there that's watching and listening. If you live and repeat in the past, you'll never have a vision for the future.
That's true. I agree with that.
Let the past go and move on with your life and live. Okay? That's my message.
I'll add on to that by saying a fact from history class that I learned that's always stayed true with me. You need to learn from the past so you can live in the present and plan for the future. And that's the way the order is. Because very often we like to live in the past instead of live in the present.
You know those people who always stay. It goes a little something like this. Remember yeah, memories are fine, but we can't live in the past. Okay? Because some people like to bring up the past like a broken record or a skipping CD that won't move. All right?
And with that, I believe that wraps up our Behind the Mic. As always, you can catch us every single Saturday on the radio to hear our main segments. Every Saturday, 9:30 to 10 in the AM, channel 89.5 FM, 89.5 FM, WSOU.
HD.
Vibrations. Yes.
And you know our phone number?
Yeah, our phone number is 973-692-6035. 973-692-6035. You can call us, you can leave a voicemail or a text message telling us how we did today on the show, or here for Behind the Mic. This, of course, will be posted on YouTube. You can find us on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Hit all the buttons that are good for us. Find us on our website, Questyouthradio.com, Questyouthradio.com. Plenty of content uploaded for your viewing pleasure. This has been Behind the Mic.
Enjoy your family.
Conscious.
Peace. Stay conscious.